I get one comment from you on. I covered Herschel Walker last week.
Yeah.
He's a year older than you. Obviously, had never fought before. What'd you think of that? I mean, just from the conditioning and the technique, I thought it was crazy. It was amazing.
I thought he did a tremendous job. First of all, on the technical front, he showed a lot of technique. Obviously, he's been involved in martial arts for a long time, in Taekwondo and other martial arts. And we all knew he's a tremendous athlete. I wasn't surprised to see him pull his shirt off and be ripped and be in the kind of shape he was. I mean, he was always that kind of guy. I think what was most impressive was first the technique that he demonstrated in the ground and everywhere that he ended up. He seemed to have some answers and know where he wanted to be and know where he didn't want to be, which was very impressive considering it was his first fight. And the second thing was the class. I mean, he represented our sport very, very well, and I hope to see him again.
I think the other part of it, too, was from a conditioning standpoint, you can be in great condition, but you guys talk about all the time. I mean, someone can look great, be in good condition, but not understand how to breathe and gas themselves, and he didn't do that.
No, he didn't get nervous. He didn't look like some guys do their first time in, or they pee down their leg and don't fare very well. So, you know, it shows the presence of mind that he has as an athlete to relax and go out there and do what he trained to do.
How much were you around Herschel Walker? I went out to Miami to watch the fight, and I thought that was incredible. I don't get you guys on the internet who are like, oh, it was a boring fight, this, that. That guy is 47 years old. He finishes off a fight. I don't care if the nudge guy sucked or not. Herschel gets up and isn't even breathing heavy.
Yeah, he's incredible, man. He actually just called. He's in town, and we're about to go meet up, and he's incredible, man. You know, he started his fight camp before mine for this one. Obviously, he knew he was fighting. Mine was kind of a short notice. So when I jumped into the fight camp, you know, I spent my last 5 weeks training right alongside him, and man, he's incredible. I mean, to have him come in and do all of our workouts and stick it out, spar, do the Airdyne circuit routine, everything. I mean, top-level guys come in our gym and don't finish that workout and don't do it. So, I mean, it was incredible, just the training camp. And then for him to put it all on the line and go out there and fight, you know, he's done a lot in his career, you know, with all the shows and the NFL and, you know, his company and the Olympics, and like he put all that on the line as far as his reputation. If he had to went in there and got smashed in the cage, it would have brought all that, you know what I mean? Like that would have been what people knew him for, and he really didn't care, and he was such a fan of it, and he left it in our hands and said, you know, I remember right before the fight, he's like, you guys want me to fight, I'll fight. If you guys don't want me to, I'm here for you guys, you know, blah, blah, blah. And we were like, do it, man. You're ready. And he went out there and he put it on the line, man, and hats off to him. I don't think there's many people that would have had the balls to get in there and do that.
You're right. And reputation-wise, guys who've done that stuff in the past, Jose Canseco is now viewed as a bigger clown. By the way, did you see that Jose called him out yesterday? He's like, I want part of Herschel Walker. And you worked with Herschel, and I wrote this yesterday. Let me tell you something. From my little conversation with Herschel, he's not going to engage in some clown fest. He has a respect for the sport.
He's super professional, you know. He's worth a lot of money. He's not doing it for the money. He's not doing it for, you know, he's not even doing it for the publicity. I mean, he literally is a fan of the sport, came to our gym, and would have been content just training. And if we had said you shouldn't fight yet, he wouldn't have fought. He's just a big fan of the sport, and I think what he's done and what he's said about fighters has really helped us out a lot. And it's shown. He's one of the best athletes in football and sports in general. And, you know, I remember asking him, I'm like, so how does our training compare to what you've done before? And he was like, it doesn't even compare. He goes, what you guys do is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. So it was really cool hearing that, you know, knowing that I think he's getting that perspective out there, and people are like, wow, you know, what MMA fighters put themselves through, it is tough. It is hard. You know, this is Herschel Walker, you know, one of the Mr. Athlete and Mr. Push-Ups, and he's saying this is the hardest thing he's ever done. And so
think about that. He claimed for years that all he did to keep his body in shape were the sit-ups and the push-ups, and he played professional football. He won the Heisman, but to do MMA, he had to do all that other stuff. Yeah. I mean, he trained hard. I mean, all kinds of stuff, and he did it every day. He didn't complain, showed up, didn't miss a practice. So hats off to him, man. He was definitely a big inspiration for our team.